Hi, in this video I will show you how to create an Android application with a tabbed activity. That's what you see here. It's a demo application where we have two tabs, in this case two tabs and two different activities. So this is, for example, my alarms and notes and some chats, something else, what we're changing in here. We have here different activities. And this is now the Android SDK, and as you see there we have a fragment 1 and fragment page 2. So these are the fragments. Fragments is that stuff in the middle. So in for short, in Android we have under layouts the main activities. Activities is a page what we see there. So how easy is it to create an activity, tabbed activity, one with different tabs. This is not this changed in 2018 with a ViewPager. I'll show you now how this works. There's a new pager, but the working one is quite easy to get. So we start with a new project, and either we start here with the simply with this one. That's the tabbed activity. Either we start with this one or we open an activity and add a tabbed activity. Now we simply start now in this way. We start in this way and say, okay, this is a tabbed activity, and then we see which elements will be in there. So this is my demo tabbed activity 02, for example, and now this is in my Android folder. Where's my folder? That's my folder. Up. Tabbed activity 02, my example. Okay, and we're starting with a minimum SDK. You might start with 23. Default is normally 24, and Android 7 Nougat version. So this is the easiest way how to get something like this. And we are not writing the code completely. We take the application, the default scaffolding which comes from the Android SDK in 2021 January. So what we see there now is we have two activities here in our layout. That's our demo tabbed activity. That's the main activity. And inside the main activity we see there's a, and we take now the split mode, and we see there, this is the first block is a text view which says, okay, here's my text, text activity. This one, my app name, we write there, for example, we fix it here for this. This is now our demo with tabs. And the second point here, this element is it's called a tab layout. Tab layout always has single tabs in there. We take now the default stuff inside there. We are also able to take to do it like this. We split there this tab, and now we are closing it. Tab layout. So now this, and so normally you're able to write here some tab items. Tab items, you may add them by default manually in this point, and add a tab item. So you have it like this, and you may write there wrapped context, wrap content, something like this. So now we are here on our XML file. So this is one way how we may do that, but we do now the default. This is tab item. So this is one way how we may do it, and this tab item would be then in this point, but we won't go on in this solution. This is that's a point for the later device. So we go back. So this is one way. What I wanted to show you now at this point is tab layout. I also took here. Now come on. Now one error was that this line was second times. So what we do here is we have here the tab layout and go on, and then we have an element which is called that's the floating bar here by default. This is not what I want to show. Now when we click on this device here, on this element, then you will see this is around there is a ViewPager without a 2. So this is the default ViewPager from in Android, and inside there we have this tab layout. That's the previous the design until 2018. So this is a good design and it's still working, and it's it will be changed. This one is now a little bit obsolete, but it still works and it will go on working for the next 10 years. The app, this one, the ViewPager2 is the following, this successor is not that stable. I find this. So now we go on. Okay, we start now with, we want to show different sub pages here on our device. Like this one. So these are the fragments, and when we want some fragments, we go here to our layout and we will say new fragment. That's this one, and now we say we start with a black fragment, and now this is our page 1. Page 1, fragment page 1, and now it's implementing this block and it's also implementing that block. And inside there we see this is our hello, our black, our text, and this is called now my page 1. Page 1, and make this a little bit bigger and say this is from size, text size. Where is it? The text size, can't see it. Text size is 22 sp, something like this, so it's a little bit more to see. And we're closing this, and let's make a background color. Background color is for in this case, for example, white. Okay, this is our first one. We're closing this one, and we close the activity and all that stuff, so you may follow it a little bit more. When we are here in our fragment, fragment 1, and we will change it. When you go in here, you will see there's a page 1, and this is the page 1. Inside there you see dot page 1. That's the same dot page 1 as what we have here. So this is the class. Now we close this again, and now we say we need 2 pages, sub pages, fragments. We say we need a second. So this is our page 2, for example, and let's and also make a page 3. Now that's our Java page 2. We go in here, say split mode. We say here this is my page 2, and we say background, for example. Background, I take the background now by, let's take the green card, green, red, what is in there, black, for example, or something like yellow. I simply want to show now that they are red, teal, something which is inside the values. So these are in the colors are the values. So I take an existing one, and now also the text size. Text size is also SP22, so we may see it a little bit better on there. And we also take a third one. Now make this one a third fragment, which is called page 3. And now the same stuff. We go to the third page or fragment, and we say this is my page 3. Page 3, fragment 3, or fragment. And also the text size. Text size is 22, and there is a background color. Background is color something what we didn't have there now. Purple, something in purple or teal, like this one. So now I'm closing this one, and as you have seen, the page is always called here. That's the page what we have there. Now we created an application by starting in new, and this one, either if you have an existing, if you create a new existing, or if you add to your application, and you may also go in there and say in my layout I want a new fragment, and there's a tabbed fragment as a default folder. Where is it? Activity, tabbed activity. There. If you add a tabbed activity, then you will get the same. It's now either you start by that, or you add one by tabbed activity, and then you will have this stuff that you have here, a fragment main activity or new tabbed activity, and then a fragment main. This is the fragment which is inside the by default the activity in there, fragment in there. Now we go here, and when we started sometime before, I deleted this a button which is normally on the right side. So that's the arrow which is shown there now. So in the activity we have, let's follow for a short code. We have a sections pager adapter and a ViewPager. The ViewPager is this one, what you see there. When the big block inside there, when you click on there, you will see this is our ViewPager, and it's called by the name ID ViewPager. And that's what we do here and create our activity. Take all that stuff on, create, set content view, make the main activity this one, and then look up for the ViewPager and an adapter. The adapter is this one which is filling our stuff. So we say this ViewPager, what we get there, the adapter is the sections pager adapter. That's the default adapter. Now, and then we say tabs, layout tabs is fine. View tabs, that's the inside that element, and that's nothing special. Okay, so ViewPager, take the default code which we have there. Now we say save and we close this. Let's run it one time. Now you see when we start running it with our application. Here, that's my application, and I'm running it now there. First let's check what it's creating. That's our default, and now what you see, the system did all the work for us. It's not the nicest one, but it works. Okay, so we have here some tab, and when we click on there, something happens. we have a tab 1, tab 2, so these are the tabs, and this is a, you may slide it with your finger or with a mouse in this case. So this is the frameworks. Now we go here to our application. Let's make this one dark. We click on there. You see, this is when you click on there, you will see the cursor, the highlighting is here on our tab layout. You see here's the background is attribute color primary called. So let's make this one for black, for example, and the color, the tint color is, it's called tint color. Foreground is, for example, white or something like this. Now when we run it again, then it's a little bit more obvious how it works. Now we have this one, it's more readable, so we will see it a little bit better. Now this is all small stuff, and as we have seen, there's now in our main activity we had something which was called here section page adapter, and there's a small little folder in here, and when we open this one, then we will see an adapter. So this is a placeholder fragment and a sections adapter. Now when we click there, as you see there, the adapter, this file, this public class file, sections adapter, which extends fragment page adapter, does the following. It loads the inner stuff. So there are three methods in there. So this is the get item. So this is the item which is loaded, the fragment which is loaded, and then there's a page title and how many pages are in there. So we will say, okay, now we have 3, we simply type over there 3 pages. Now when I reload it, you will see there should be an error in here. Here, this one. So we say here tab 3, and what's wrong? It should work, but it doesn't. Give me a moment. Yeah, now this is I can't write it straight in there. It's our string. We need a string in there. So when you have one way, either you double click on it and with the control key, control and double click, then you see here in the resources we have 3 strings and 2 strings now. Now we add one further string. That's our text, tab text 3, self-explaining. And now we may say when you take the Windows and dot point, Windows dot gives you the ability to say something, to add some other stuff in there. So this is what I like to do this. Say, okay, this is for writing something, and this is for, I need it for an alarm manager. So this is a pin, and tab 3 with a pin, my comments, for example, notes, write something, and this is do something, you know, my do app. Now, and there's a default string what we see there. Now I'm saving this, and now go back to to this sections adapter, the adapter which loads that stuff. And now there's I may write as a further comma, and I say here tab, r.string dot tab, and now I see we say, okay, there's also a third text. So when we load this, we will see now that we have those 3 texts, and we may switch it now, but until now we still don't have any no different fragments. Now to get a fragment in there, I try to hurry up to how to embed those 3 fragments. We go here again in there, now into the loading point. There's this is the first one was the text, get page title, and then we have the get item, and inside the item it says return a placeholder fragment. So this is a new instance of this one, if this default fragment, and there we have to we're throwing this point out. We need a return of a fragment, and we do the following. I'm copy and pasting it from my other side. We will say, okay, we need here return, and if the position is 0, return a new page 1, and the page 1 pops up because it's in there, it's written in there. And you see there's the page 1. That's why it's popping up. And then we say the page 2, and we say if the case is 3 or 2, then we have the page 3. And now we're starting it again, and it should run now. Now when we load it, now we have it, and in the first one is nothing. Is there really nothing? I'm not sure. Page 1, color is white, so we say this is our color, either something else or black or gray, or which color do we have for the demo? Let's take this one, doesn't matter. Now it's starting. Now we have 3 pages, and as you see, also the cursor is working, so we didn't add extra work. And all what you have to do is you have now to add some fragments in there, do all the stuff in there what you need, buttons and code and executing code, call it page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you go into the sections adapter, you change this one into a switch, and then all the work is done. And you may take some strings here for your tab. This is in there. Here are the strings, and then all the work is done. Looks nice. And remember, this function, the pager, this pager will change in 20. It already changed, but the pager 2 is not really that stable, I think so, because if you do the same experiment in here, then it doesn't work. And that's also one reason why you are able here to implement a new tabbed activity, which is with a ViewPager and not with a ViewPager 2. But it's pretty the same. If you liked the video, then give me a thumb, and have good luck in your application.